Okay, who was Princeton lineman Eli Campbell? And Eli, first of all, congratulations. You committed to the Air Force Academy. We should all thank you for your service in advance. But what was it about the Air Force that caught your eye and made you want to become a cadet?
Well, you look at...
Or an airman, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Well, you look at several things when you're analyzing a college. A lot of guys will look at it, and it's hard not to look this way. Luckily, I've had people that have swayed me from this thought process. It was like, man, where can I go and play the highest level football possible?
Right.
And as a kid, that's what you think of. But when there's people around you that say, like, look, football's not everything. You look and you realize that, hey, I got to go to school too. I got to be a student. At the end of the day, football's gonna end. Football at some point, I've been through 3 surgeries already. I've missed games. It's like there's stuff that's going to happen. Football's not going to last forever. And at any point that can be taken away. But your education can. So you really try to identify where's a school that I'm going to be able to play high-level football, be able to execute playing ball to the best of my ability, and also earn a prestigious degree. I've done pretty well in the classroom and, had looked a lot in the Ivy Leagues. That's where most of my offers was looking in the Ivy League and places.
They don't give scholarships.
They do not.
You've got to really be academic there to play in the Ivy League because there are no athletic scholarships.
There are none. So
did that weigh into it? Because you come out of an Ivy, you pretty much guaranteed a 6-figure salary.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, so that's where I thought I was going to end up. Had taken trips up. I thought Harvard was going to work out for me. Brown was an excellent school. Penn came in and offered late. So you just looked at that and you're like, man, like this they're gonna set you up for life. You go to places like this. Then Air Force called and said, hey, we're gonna offer you a scholarship. And I took a visit out there and just fell in love. And it really is the best of both worlds. They're a top 25 football program every year. They're winning the Commander-in-Chief trophy. They're sneaking into the top 25. They are 5-0 against their last Power 5 opponents. So it makes sense from a football standpoint, when it's your highest level offer football-wise, and also academically, you're going to be an officer in the United States Air Force, which is second to none in terms of a job, and the opportunity there. You can look at places like Harvard and Brown, and their sell is, hey, we have this alumni connection. We're going to be able to set you up for life as soon as you're done playing football. But in the Air Force, like, there's not even an if about it. You can go, and there are so many options to do what you want to do, including there's a chance of going to the NFL. So
you've been here. You've been a starter for 4 years. Correct. Honorable mention All-State, then first team the last 2 seasons. You'll be a little bit different. You're going to have a different quarterback.
Sure.
That you're going to be protecting, whether it's Chance Parker or whether it's Brad Mosser. What's your opinion on how that battle is going? I don't know. You don't have to name names. Just talk about what each guy's strength is.
Well, totally. I mean, you look at it. Was funny. Last year we had called Barker the gunslinger because he can sling that ball, man.
Yeah, I noticed you pulling in some passes from
yeah, I know. I was warming up. Still got my sweat rolling out here, pulling in some passes from a gunslinger.
But he was the gunslinger. Huh?
Yeah, he was the gunslinger and could let that fly and just has a lot of passion for the game. Like, he's a guy that I know is always going to get out there and he's going to throw the football. No matter what's going on, he's going to get out there and he's going to be able to throw that football. You look at a guy like Mosser. He's had a little more varsity experience last year. He played a lot for us, scored a few touchdowns. Right. But he's played, and he's a shorter guy. The arm talent's definitely there. Just
maybe he's more run.
He ain't the gunslinger, if you want to.
Right.
But he's a guy that you feel a little more confident in being able to tuck that ball and run. So they definitely have a unique prowess, both of them, and they each have the ability to bring something to our offense that we haven't had with some mobility. And that's no knock on Grant. He wasn't a fast guy,
right.
But
he knew he had to get the ball to certain people, and he was very good at doing that. He wouldn't be at WVU even though this walk on if he couldn't do that, which is one of his goals. And I hope it all works out for him in that regard. What kind of goals? You're a first team All-Stater twice now. What are your goals coming in? Do you have any goals for yourself before we talk about the team?
Before I'd committed, the goal was like, hey, if my recruiting tips over in the senior year, I want to put some film together that just don't lie. Some nasty film, some incredible blocks, some things that you can put on tape and show coach and be like, hey, like this is what I bring. And that's absolutely still the goal, is just to go out there and be a dude. But a lot of my goals this year, I want to be more of a factor on defense. And I've played a lot of defense, but I want to be in there all game, all games of the season. I just want to be a factor on defense, a guy that the other team has to worry about.
Coach Taylor's first year, what are your thoughts? I mean, I know he's been here with you, and he's a Princeton guy. He's a guy who was finished runner-up, I think, for the Hunt Award, which is Stadahar now, which I'm certainly sure you're aware of.
Yeah.
What's it been like with a lineman here from Princeton? And I think Coach Pettigo was too, but another lineman here with Princeton roots.
Yeah, well, Coach Taylor, he's been our energy guy. He's always been our energy guy, been our hype guy, and he's absolutely somebody that's going to hold you accountable. The thing about the offensive lineman is, I love having a former offensive lineman as a head coach, because the thing of being a lineman is you're going to do a lot of work, not get a lot of credit for
pretty
it.
Boys up there.
Yeah.
No guys up there.
These quarterbacks can sit back there all day, and they
they
get a lot of.
If you're doing what you need.
They can get a lot of credit, but it starts up front, and
right.
it shows. There's a sense of selflessness they carry with them, because they're willing to play on that line
for you guys.
Absolutely.
So he knows what you're going through. Your dad was a lineman at Virginia Tech, I think, right?
Correct.
How much do you go for him? I think, is he coaching this year?
He is.
How much do you go to him? And I guess because he is a coach, he would. But how much do you go to him away from here about things concerning line?
Oh, it's just he's been around it for so long. He was played offensive line at Virginia Tech, was surrounded by top level talent all over the place.
You tell him I said nobody's perfect.
But he's just been around it.
He was a great player there.
He coached at the college level, and now just has an outside view. He's been there. He's been around for phases of the game. The game was different when he played. Old guy.
You told me that he would not let you play football until you were in 6th grade. Were you mad?
Oh, all I wanted to do was play football. They got, for Christmas I collect football cards. For Christmas I would get, football helmets and stuff, just things I could go play in the yard, but I wasn't allowed to.
You understand what he was talking about now, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Having had some surgeries.
Absolutely. It makes total sense looking back, but as an 8-year-old kid, you're sitting there, all your buddies play football, and you're like, I know I can do this. I was ready for that.
Did he ever tell you he should have let you play, or is he glad that you did that? I should ask him that, but
he's comfortable that he's made the correct decision in that.
He probably did,
and I agree with that as well.
Your expectations for this team? Coach Taylor said he thinks this might be the most physical team he's been around, and maybe I think a lot of guys see that Grant Cochran's going to might write you guys off. He said not so fast. You agree with that?
Absolutely. We've got top level talent all over the place. I think our line of scrimmage ought to be dominant this year. We are having a freshman coming in looking like he's going to start for us. Just
did that.
Some new guys on the offensive line. But Chase Smith's been our starting center. He's a 4-year starter.
Right.
I'm a 4-year starter. Just things that we can help these young guys who have physical talent make that leap to be an excellent lineman. I think we're going to be superior up front. You've got the quarterback situation will work itself out, and I'm so confident in those guys that
one of them's going to be the guy, and he's going to get the job done.
Absolutely, and it's not going to be just sitting back there. Man, miss Grant Cochran back there. We miss Grant Cochran back there, and of course we will. There's certain. The man could throw the deep ball, but it's not. You can't just sit back there like got to bring a new guy up. You
got speed guys like Dom and even Markel out there.
Absolutely.
Your screen game can be as effective as the deep ball.
Absolutely. Dom just a lot of our goal is going to be get the ball in his hands, because he's right now he's camping and just dropping stupid times. Markel shaky. Not something we've been used to having in the backfield. Just some of that speed that people aren't used to seeing the Tigers have. So I think people thinking that it's going to be a down year for us, we'll be in for a surprise when we come out here the first few weeks.
Do you want to win Stadahar Award winner? Do you think you're the best lineman in the state?
I absolutely think I'm the best offensive lineman in the state. I'm not the highest level recruit in the state, which I understand. I'm a shorter guy, but if you really place it side by side with with guys who've been ranked above me. I think I am a better offensive line, and I
3
think,
surgeries, huh?
Yeah.
What do you have?
One was the only one that's ever really played any factor was I had an issue with my labrum in middle school. But aside from that,
apparently that's cleared up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're all. I mean, you could see me out there just dropping dimes.
Yeah,
but
I saw that.
I've had a couple knee operations, which haven't been the end of the world. Just little, things could have lived without, but just making sure everything's all right structurally and scoping that.
It's if the line thing doesn't work out, and you say, I'm a little tired of this. You think you might get into the quarterback doorway? I saw you, like you said, you were.
I wish, I said, I think my freshman year I made it to like 9th on the depth chart in the quarterback position. So I think, there's an opportunity the coaches are looking over there.
I mean, at least should be at least 4, right?
I think so. We've got a lot of young quarterback talent, but they're looking over the vet.
I mean, they thought that Grant Cochran was a big man. Hey, Eli, I appreciate your time today.
Likewise.
And good luck this season. And again, congratulations on the commitment to the Air Force Academy.
Appreciate that. Thank you.